Today, we're going to be checking out the limited edition Umarex Gauntlet 2 SL with a wood laminate stock. Check out my first group at almost 70 yards away. For more information, you can shoot on over to Pyramid. If you use the description or the pinned comment to find your way, I'll make 5%. And this is with a heavy 22 caliber pellet, 25.39 grain, going about 870 feet per second. The regulator is set at 2100 psi, but you can use the hammer spring tension adjuster to tune for different pellets. And it has a fill pressure of a full 300 bar or 4300 psi. We're set up here next to the Easy Go at a very special 67 yards away. Obviously not sighted in, but we're grouping well. Wow. 67 yards away, we're getting a 35-yard group. Well, I'll definitely have to watch the replay, but that looked like we just did 5 through pretty much the same hole at 67 yards away. We're going to do some 35, 50, and 67-yard shooting. But first, let me give you some hardcore stats and an up-close look at this beautiful PCP rifle. This comes in 22, 25, and 30 caliber. Each caliber has a 500cc carbon fiber air tank. It has an overall length of 47 inches and weighs 10.2 pounds. This is not a traipse through the woods hunting rifle. This is for bench rest shooting. And the harmonics on this thing are top notch. The stock and the build and everything is so solid and the trigger so smooth. It's one of the best bench rest shooting experiences I've come across yet. So this limited edition comes with a laminated wood stock, has an adjustable cheek piece, you got a carbon fiber shroud with a 1/2 by 20 threaded muzzle, so you can add any standard moderator. Although this does have about 8 inches of built-in baffles, so it's quite straight out of the box. It's available in 22, 25, and 30 caliber. The 22 regulator is set at 2100 psi, 2200 psi on the 25 caliber, and 2800 psi on the 30 caliber. Your 22 caliber magazine is going to hold 10 rounds, 8 rounds in 25, and 7 rounds in 30 caliber. 22 caliber is going to be putting out 1100 feet per second, which, yes, it does. And they're listing 25 and 30 caliber both as putting out 1000 feet per second. That's 32 foot-pounds in 22, 57 foot-pounds in 25 caliber, and 100 foot-pounds in 30 caliber. Shots per fill, you're going to get 67 regulated shots in the 22, 53 shots in 25, and 32 shots in 30 caliber. These all have a barrel length of 28 inches with a 1/26 barrel twist rate. You have the Umarex dual optics rail on top, so you can run dovetail or Picatinny scope rings. And this is actually listed as shooting slugs or pellets. Manual safety, you're going to get 2 rotary magazines and a single shot tray. The single shot tray is what I'm shooting with in this video. It says that the trigger is single stage, but it's adjustable and it's super smooth out of the box, so I thought it was a great trigger. It also comes with a Picatinny rail in the fore-end, so it's ready to add a bipod or a foregrip. You got a nice rubber butt plate. It's got a smooth side lever action. You have a 1/8 quick disconnect Foster fitting built right into the gun, so no fill probe required. Manual safety, and we have a beautiful shape to this stock with some very fine checkering on both sides of the forearm. I suppose this is done with lasers, but the shape of this stock and that checkering really look awesome. It almost looks like it's molded out of plastic, but it's not, it's wood. And that's pretty much it for hardcore stats. Let's shoot this baby. 36 yards away, we'll call it 35. Here's some pellet speeds for the different weight pellets. A good quality pellet nowadays, you can shoot 950 feet per second. But if it's going close to 890, that's considered full speed. So I'd already determined that this gun was tuned to shoot the 25.39 grain, and it can also shoot the 18 grains in a pinch. Alright, these are 18.1 grain FX. Wow. These are the 25.39 grain JSB redesigned deep. 890 works too. All right, we're gonna start off with the 25.39 grain redesigns. 882, so we're around 890 basically with these 25.39 grains. Same exact hole, very good. There's one click over it. Look at that, you guys, out of the box. That's literally shot 2 through shot 7 out of this gun, except when we did the chrono testing, so pretty amazing. Gonna go one click over, let's just keep going. Wow, it just keeps wanting to shoot that way. 5 clicks over. This is a 25.39 grain again. Hopefully I'm set in perfectly. Yep. Good enough for me. Let's see if we can completely get rid of another bullseye. This thing's a bullseye eater. I don't like doing that when I got nothing to aim at. Alright, here's a little bit bigger bullseye. That's the first time I've eaten 3 bullseyes in a row. This is a giant pellet though. Ooh. I'm going to abandon that group since we got more of these big bullseyes right here. Four shots, okay? Holy crap, you guys. That doesn't make you want one of these guns. I don't know what would. I don't know why these guys look so worried because they're professional stuntmen, but I can tell you right now though, their hats are fused to their heads, so I know that their hats are wearing hats, but once their hats are gone, I don't know what's gonna happen. I recorded this whole segment on scope cam, but I accidentally deleted all the files. So it's only the second time that that's happened in the last 8 years. And I think it was because my cat jumped onto my lap right after I got done uploading the files. Here's a look at the charging handle. It's got a smooth cocking action and a super smooth trigger. Pretty smooth. Single stage. Ooh, but you can't feel any wall. It's just smoothness until it goes off. Well, I guess, yeah, you can kind of feel it a little bit. Very, very nice trigger. 5.3 ounces. Well, I just deleted all that shooting in the 35 yard and 52 yards, but those last 2 groups read are very special. 51 yards away, we'll call it 50. That was a 25.39 grain JSB. Traveling about 870 feet per second. Right after I shot this group, I thought I was done with the video. I ended up losing the footage. So here's the second time I did this. 51 yards away, we'll call it 50. All right, my first shot might be a little wiggly. Close enough. I think we pulled off a dime. All right, let's see where we hit now. Well, I'm glad I did that again. That's even a little better than the first time I did it. So, that's 4 perfect reaps in a row. I'd say the last one was my best. Let's keep going. That's what I was doing at 35 yards. You can bump the hammer spring tension up a little bit to get those going 890, or a lot to get them going 920 or even 950 feet per second. But at the stock out of the box tune, going about 870, here's some 67-yard shooting. This is 70 yards away from my porch. All right, see where we hit. This little guy's sticking out right here. Pretty much straight down, that's a good sign. All right, see if I can do a group. Wow, 67 yards away, we're getting a 35-yard group. Holy crap. Well, I'll definitely have to watch the replay, but that looked like we just did 5 through pretty much the same hole at 67 yards away. This group here, I'm clicking my crosshairs back and forth to try to get fine-tuned. Let me try one more time. But here's one more official group at 67 yards away. Yeah, hit some cans. I thought it was pretty funny when I made a little video announcing the limited edition laminated stock gauntlet. I thought it was the greatest thing in the world, but there was a lot of mean comments. All anyone could do was complain about the weight, which it is 10.5 pounds, but it's such an awesome bench rest target shooting gun that actually works in its favor. And then the price, which is not much more than a regular gauntlet, so I think it's totally affordable. Wow, that really pops them. Beautiful laminate stock. And you guys can see here the performance is top notch. Umarex definitely knows how to make air guns these days. Alright, center mass. Wow. Wow. Till next week. Happy shooting. We'll see you on the next one.